AEW mindset. That's for me. That's what I need her to do is get back into her AEW. Some things AEW I wish you can keep, and that will be her eye on the prize of yeah. I need to be back to like I was.
This could be a developing story because I see that moment when I saw the clip that when they lost the belts, and I knew right then, I said, watch, at some point, somebody's going to turn on the other because they are way too good. And have you noticed, whenever they ask for a rematch, they never get the belts back. They never
That's
do.
right.
And so that creates this almost a storyline. Somebody's going to be beefing with somebody. One's going to turn on the other. And it's something to watch. I think in the coming months. You know, what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey man, I'm sorry to keep you. We had to let the wrestling topic breathe, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there, bro. How you doing?
We good, man. I'm really glad you was able to make it to us because I got my wrestling guru, which is with my wrestling guru Krishana Freeman. Now I got my boxing guru, Mr. Mark Daniels.
Oh man, we
got
to talk about this.
Switch to boxing.
We got to talk. Look. This is why I get so hyped when Mark gets on here every week. And I'm gonna tell you what. When I saw the result of that, I'm thinking I was yelling his name the whole time. I was like, wait till next time Mark is on here. This is yeah. It's your turn, man. You got the floor.
Oh, nothing. I'm pretty sure last week everybody watched my man Tank fight. It kind of went the way I expect, to be honest. He made dude think he was doing something for a minute, and then when he got tired of it, he took him out. That's basically how Tank is. He's a slow starter. He'll make the worst boxer look good for about 4 or 5 rounds. Then once he get in his rhythm, that's it. I mean, I don't know. They're talking about him fighting Vasily Lomachenko next. I am really curious about that fight because that's going to be a different type of fight for him. But I still think he'll come out victorious. If this would have been a couple of years ago, I might have thought differently. But Lomachenko's 38 years old now. Tank is just going into his prime. The biggest thing for Tank at this point, he might want to make amends with those Middle Eastern guys over there because that's where all the money's at. And probably start fighting over in the Middle East. But, like I said, the fight went the way I expected. Then we had another situation come up with Ryan Garcia. His second test came back positive, so they suspended him for a year.
Yeah.
And
that's what happened.
And that's going to be interesting because that young man, he needs to get his life together. He has some serious mental challenges. And I think he needs to take that time to get himself together. But I'm a little concerned because something tells me he's going to really wow out of control.
Wow. So, what was all the commotion? I think it was between Earl Spence and Tank going back and forth at
Well, you got to remember, Frank Martin was promoted by Errol Spence. So,
Right.
so that's all that was. Is this Frank Martin? That's Errol Spence's guy. Errol Spence trying to make little jabs at him. It really didn't mean much. And to be honest with you, that fight will never happen. Tank is too small. Errol Spence is going up to junior middleweight, something like that. I don't think that'll work out.
Yeah, because I didn't think they was in the same weight class. I was like, why is they at each other like that, knowing that I couldn't even see a fight between the two ever happening.
Errol Spence got to get his own life together. I mean, he took a serious beat down the last time I saw him.
That was Bub put them hands on.
Yeah, he took a serious beat down last time I saw him.
It looked like he was still swollen from it, but that's not.
Well, you know what? No, He he suffered some serious facial damage from that car accident.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, and people don't agree with me, he's never going to be the same ever. You know, Harold Spence also needs to get his life in order because I honestly think the dude has a drinking problem. Uh, you know, the night he lost that fight to Terrence Crawford, when they interviewed him in the locker room, I thought he was half drunk. I'm being serious. Uh, but no, he's putting his hand into the promoting world. That ain't a bad idea because one more beat down by him, he get beat down one more time. That might be where he want to stick at. So it's to me, it was no big deal. Like I said, he was Frank Martin's promoter. Frank Martin got knocked out. Next day, he fired his trainer. I don't know how you fired a trainer because you got yourself knocked out. And I mean, he'll live for another day. I think he realizes now he's not at that level he thought he was at. Yeah.
How you get fired because you got fired because I fired you because I got my ass whooped.
Pretty much.
Make that make sense.
You just read my mind on that one. That last line.
I couldn't protect myself because of you.
Well, you know what? They gave him some bad advice. I ain't gonna lie. They should have told him to stay away from him. Don't engage. He got out there, like I told you, Tank baited him in, made him think he was in the fight. Let him get took a few shots from him just to see where he was at. And then once Tank got tired of him, he got knocked out.
I mean, you almost called around it. I mean, I think you did. You called around and everything on that fight too.
Well, the guy can box. He athletic. I mean, he can box. He just, he like I said, that's how Tank does it. He lets you think you're in the fight for a while. Then once he figured you out, usually you're gone. That's been that's been his MO. I mean, he did that with Santa Cruz. He's done it with Ryan Garcia, but that was quick. Most of his fights, that's what he does. And for Tank at this point, he needs to start going for the big money fights. Lomachenko will be decent money. Shakira Stevenson would be decent money. Teofimo Lopez would be good money. Good money. He got the Frank Martins of the world. Yeah, that kept him active, got him a check, but he got to move on from that.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about those guys, but what about the heavyweight rankings? What's going on with the heavyweight rankings right now?
Well, Usyk is number one, but he'll be fighting Tyson Fury again, probably in September, October. You got Anthony Joshua. He'll fight Daniel Dubois in September, I believe, over in London. Deontay Wilder needs to call it a career after he got knocked out again.
That was
now. See, what
that was by Joshua, right?
No, that was by Yang, the Chinese fighter.
Oh, wow. See, what I didn't realize until recently.
Oh, Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou.
Again, he might want to think about it again too.
Deontay's on a massive losing streak, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he lost to Joseph Parker. Then he turned around and but he lost by decision to Joseph Parker. But then he turned around. This dude demolished it. And I don't know. He might. Plus, he got legal troubles. Fellas, y'all know this. I don't know if Romar around or not. But see, this is what happens. You ever see when the fighters were coming in? They show the fighters coming into the arena. They got some beautiful looking women holding their hands as they walk into the arena and all that.
Yep.
That girl Deontay Wilder had. It's all good, looking good coming through the arena. When you start getting on the decline, and I don't know how he does with his money, but his athletes' money starts to go away, and the limelight starts to go away. The women go away, and now he's in a position where all of a sudden now, This lady coming out talking about he was abusive to her, it was this, it was that. But it wasn't abusive. He wasn't abusive to her when he was in his prime. I can't for the life of me. Maybe he has been. I don't know. But it amazes me that when these boxers get to the downside of their careers, or these athletes, I should say, all of a sudden all kind of other stuff start coming out. It, you know, I don't know if it's to a point where they tell them, hey, we're going to have to start spending our money differently. I'm about to hang these gloves up, or I'm about to hang the cleats up, or I'm about to hang my sneakers up. You ever notice they don't stay together long after that happens?
Nope.
All of a sudden, it's rare. It's, you know, for these young guys, it's almost like they're better off waiting until they're done playing to settle down. I would almost advise that to any guy, especially black athletes. I mean, it just seemed like when the lights go down, everything around them is gone. The entourage, the buddy system, all that. I mean, a perfect example. You don't hear nothing like. Remember a couple of years ago when Lonzo Ball was coming out, and they had a reality show. They were LeVar and all that. You notice now that their careers ain't been that great. You don't hear nothing about them anymore.
Mm-mm.
Nobody wants to be around LeVar. Hey, LeVar can walk in the mall. Ain't nobody saying nothing to him.
Well, I got a little bit on Lonzo Ball when we start cutting into the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he used to be on First Take with Stephen A. all the time. You know, now all of a sudden it's like you don't hear nothing anymore.
No, I mean, you get your 5 minutes in and that's it. And you see this a lot with these athletes. You get the 5 minutes in, that's it. You know, and in the case of Deontay Wilder, like I said, I don't know how much money he's made, but this legal battle he getting ready to go into is going to be pretty rough.
What legal battle?
And maybe he fights a few more times to secure a few paydays, but he don't really need. He shouldn't. I mean, he needs to give it up.
What legal battle, Mark?
With the girl he's with, he starts coming out now. He beats her. He's abusive. Is this? She got a restraining order on him. She's bound for divorce.
She Mike Tyson, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you
That's
thought,
what that is.
what you thought about what was your thoughts about that Frank and Tank fight?
It went exactly the way I figured. You know, I'm being honest. It went exactly how I thought. I said Tank can make it look. You know, he'll let the dude look good for a minute. Then once Tank gets tired of him and gets warmed up, he'll knock him out. That's pretty much what he did.
That's what I was telling my boy. He was like, "Well, he outboxed Tank." I said, "Really? Did he really outbox Tank for 6 rounds?" Because Tank,
No, I'll be honest. He won the first 3.
but you know
Because
what I'm
Tank,
saying? I could see from watching the fight what Tank was doing. All Tank wanted to do is keep him in the corner. Tank let Frank box for like the first 2.5 minutes of each round. All Tank did was put you in the corner at the end of the round and get his off.
well, you know what? I seen him fight Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz looked phenomenal for about 5 rounds. Then Tank got tired of him. Dude got comfortable. See, he said, "Man, I want to try to take this to the middle of the ring on him." He did. Tank hit him with uppercut, and the dude's still trying to wake up. So the same thing with Frank Martin. You know, he got comfortable. Tank said, "I didn't have enough of this." Let dude. He also let dude tire himself out.
Yeah. The
You know?
way he caught him and them eyes open, I said, "Oh yeah, it's already over." He about
Hey,
to
when they hit the ground like that and they trying to get look like they having body spasms and all that, hey man, they don't know where they at. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's how it was for Deontay Wilder. I was shocked he even got up.
Yeah, once some legs start going like that, I'm waiting to fight off from the rough.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever seen a person get knocked down and he got up with Tyson Fury when Wilder fought him that first time. I thought he was out. And man, that dude rose up like Frankenstein or something. He just rose up like, he got up and commenced to beating the hell out of Wilder after that. That's probably the only fighter that if he gets knocked down, I'm not stopping. Everybody else, I got to wave it off. You know,
Crazy.
and
Hey, Frank was drunk.
Oh my
He
God.
won't in this world.
You were drunk.
Man, he was asleep with his eyes open before he hit the ground.
oh yeah, he was done. You
He
know.
opened,
Then, like I was telling him, then the next day he gets mad and fires his trainer. I'm like, what?
like Tech hit him with a body shot to open him up.
Yeah, he dropped his guard down and then he just pow. I
And,
mean,
and soon as he opened up, Tank gave him what he needed. He was asleep against the ropes with his eyes open before he hit the ground.
yeah, he was gone. He was gone.
Mm.
Luckily, he got he. Seriously, he luckily he's able to fight. Save it for another day. Just that day wasn't his.
Hey, look, man, I seen Tank get him in the corner, and it was like Tank it turned it into a street fight because he waiting for him to just and Tank loading them. You can see Tank loading them Jones up. Like
Well, that's how he does. He's a slow starter. So you're gonna look good for about 3-4 rounds with him. Then once he gets himself loose, you better be ready. You better be ready. That's all I can tell somebody.
now, I see Shakur Stevens talking a lot of he won't Tank now.
Yeah, yeah. He wants the money now. He retires every other week. So he does. He retires every other week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Oh.
you know, I tell you a little something. I tell you a little something. I tell you a little something nobody knows about Shakir Stevenson. You know that night my man Takeoff from the Migos got killed.
Yeah.
He was standing right next to him.
Oh,
He was with him.
wow.
And the difference was when things started, Takeoff, jumped up and Shakir Stevenson didn't move. That's the only thing to save him. Could have been him. Could have been him.
And that's crazy world we live in. Rest in peace to take off.
Man, did y'all see that? I know y'all had to see it on Facebook
What's that?
last week in Houston. 42,000 STD cases in a week
Where?
in Houston.
Damn.
That's
Really?
insane, yo.
Yeah, it was posted on Facebook. I done seen it like 3-4 times.
I must have missed that.
42,000 STD cases in a week.
No, I did not see that one.
Well, that's why I stay in the house.
I'm glad I don't want.
Hey.
I don't want to go to Houston.
You know, Deshaun Watson was there.
Oh, see, there you go.
He might be.
Just saying.
He might. well,
He might have been. He might have been one. He might have been one of the guys that jumped off. No, he. Damn.
But that's crazy, though.
Well, that's why I stay in.
That is
Nope.
real crazy, bro.
That's exactly why I stay in.
That's like everybody in the pool party.
No, see, that's why when you stay inside, you stay out.
Hey, I don't
You
wanna
stay away
go-
from the foolishness.
I don't want to go on vacation in Houston. I don't care how good the food is. I don't want no trail burgers or nothing.
The Martians, those burgers are good, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
So, on would you rather have all right now? The burgers in Houston
They need to bring them here.
Oh God. Or
or what's a good
And she steaks in Philly.
what's a good delicacy in Boston?
I don't know, but I ain't going to nothing up there. I mean, my line brother live in Boston. I ain't going.
Why? Is they really that bad?
I don't want to find out. I mean,
I was trying to find a segue into basketball. Says
hey,
Boston.
let me put it to you like this: if you see the Bill Russell story, you'd have all them people. You'd have all them people at the game screaming and hollering for him. He get on from the games. Somebody they done broken his house and defecated all over his house. I no. Boston, and it's amazing because
Remember Ben Simmons and them stabbed up Paul Pierce.
yeah. Well, see, that was that. But see, if you see a lot of Paul Pierce now, you're really seeing who he really is, and his brother is out there.
Yeah.
So when he got in that situation up in there, trust me, he was probably up in there running his mouth, gang related, whatever it was, and dude tore shit. I mean, what you seeing out of him now is who he really is, in my opinion. You know.
And just a thing, he had it all too.
Yeah.
And now you see him on Undisputed with
Hey,
Skip Bayless.
hey, Jason Tatum up for a Supermax.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
My nephew, me and him was having a discussion earlier this week. He said there's no way that Boston can have two Supermax players on their team and afford to keep a big man and most of that team together. I said,
Yes,
yes,
they
it
can,
is.
and yes, they will.
Yeah.
I said, watch when you see this team next year.
Because you really,
I mean, well, now Derek White is up for
And Derek
an
White's up
extension,
for an extension too.
and they got to pay him up to 30, upwards in the 30
And
million a year.
they talking about 127 mil
Yeah,
up in that area.
4 years, 127 million at 30, 31 a year.
but
I
you
know
still,
the dude.
still should have time for you.
Hey, that
For you,
brother hit the floor at one point in the game and got up. And his teeth was missing, and he kept playing. I said, "Man, this is a hard brother here." Because if I'd have been at the playground, he'd have been on his way home. He would have been out. Hey, he would have played for the rest of the week.
imagine being on playing against a guy in that series, and you're playing and you're getting beat by these guys. You knock their teeth out, and they're still whooping you.
Yeah, just take me out the game.
Well, I mean, at that point they were already blowing the doors off them anyway. No
I'm
matter.
like, these guys are indestructible.
Derek White, I will say, Derek White, he played through these playoffs in this season. He earned the contract if he get it.
And a dental plan.
Nah, he's getting that bag. He's getting that bag. Tatum's getting the bag.
Yeah,
Derek White's already going. Yeah. So and you haven't heard anybody talking about nobody's leaving. Nobody's. No, I mean, I'm thinking, and the
I
one
thought
thing
Al Horford was going to retire.
I was about.
Yeah,
Well, I was
saying,
going to
that's
say
the only one that's probably going to leave.
they were saying now he's willing to run it back.
Yeah, we'll see.
But like I mean, but you got to give him a shout out though because you've been in the league for 17 seasons and you finally broke through, man.
He did something Chris Paul has yet to do.
Exactly.
Amongst others.
And Melo.
But you know something. If you look at that dude's career, he's borderline Hall of Fame player.
I mean, he's been.
He got the numbers.
Yeah, he averaged double doubles. He was nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, he's won on the college level. He's got 2 titles.
Yeah, he got 2 titles.
I mean,
Titles.
Yep.
this cat is a borderline Hall of Fame player. He's consistent. Very consistent.
He made the Hawks a playoff team.
Yeah,
Let's just keep it 1,000.
him and Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson, but he was that man down about where
Yeah.
Joe Johnson was a Josh Smith,
Smith.
Josh Childress, Jason Terry. They was not in the playoffs until Al Horford got there.
Yeah.
As much, I mean, hey, because I was at around that time we got drafted. I was living down there. I mean, of course they called the highlight factor because of Josh Smith and them, but
Yeah.
Al Horford was that
He
guy
was
down
the
the bottom.
glue.
Always, yeah, he was that glue.
Yeah, they was nice too.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
when we used to come on TBS on Saturdays all the time, man. I used to watch them all. Like right after when wrestling went off, yeah, the basketball was off.
Yeah. So
What you think about this JJ Redick hiring, man?
Oh, we about to get into that in a minute.
Let's talk in a minute. Let's get into that right now.
Okay. All right. So wait a minute. So okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Let this mock team. Let them
Mark, is your turn. Your thoughts on JJ Redick.
Well, it's crazy. You got Monty Williams, who had just gotten fired from Detroit. that everybody is respected by all the, respected league wide. You got this dude out there now. Maybe he don't want to go to LA. I don't know. But you don't even give him a call. You bring in JJ Redick, who's like a professor. I understand that, but this to me was more of a LeBron James hire. I mean, it makes me wonder because you got Monty Williams out there. You ain't got to pay him because hell, Detroit got to pay him $68 million.
Yeah,
And
I'm like 65.
something like that. And you don't even call this cat up to see if he's interested. JJ Redick ain't going nowhere in the next couple of days. I mean, I would have at least given him an opportunity. And here's the thing: I know it sounds crazy. LeBron probably had a lot to do with this,
Yep.
but I give it to about mid-season. Anthony Davis come out and get complaining saying he went out of there. Then they got a problem.
Oh, it was already mumblings that they've been trying to they're trying to say trade him to Chicago for DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
That wouldn't even work. I mean,
Yeah, it would.
I don't think it would make him any better.
All right, all right. Hear me out on this one. I honestly, I believe it will work, but this is the thing. What's going to happen when you have a 3-point shooter as your head coach?
Well, here's my whole thing with it, Mill. They should have got DeMar DeRozan about 3 years ago. Instead, LeBron went to Russell Westbrook. That's number one. You had him, and you didn't do anything with him. Zach LaVine plays about 8 games a year. So, I mean, how's that going to work? I mean,
no, I'm not saying that trade's going to work, but I'm talking about JJ Redick as a coach will work.
Well, in my opinion, with that one, like I said, I give it to the All-Star break. I'm being serious. You see, they only getting a 3 or 4 year deal. He's probably getting $5 million. They don't want to spend no money. They paying everybody else. They have Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham. Hell, they might even still be paying Phil Jackson. I don't know, but it seems like they done fired so many coaches.
Now, I'm glad you said that, Mark, because if you notice, none of the coaches that they had after Phil Jackson has lasted more than 3 seasons.
No,
none.
I mean,
yeah, and everybody I've talked to saying how long I'm placing bets now. Well, not literally, but for bragging rights. Now you said All-Star break, right?
I'm getting to the All-Star break. I'm being serious.
Okay, so you say All-Star break. I say I give it 2 years tops. Mill, what do you think? How long you think JJ Redick is going to last in LA?
How long is he going to last?
Yes,
as long as LeBron is in.
He's going to live out his contract.
So you saying 4?
Yep, he's going to live. I got JJ Redick living out his contract.
Wow.
Why? Because like it's for the reason you said before, they got to let some of these contracts breathe a little bit, or else they're going to have to start selling shares. It's not. I mean, the Lakers is not a business backed up by a Fortune 500 company like some of these other squads. This is a mom and pop joint. They get their money off of popularity, ticket sales, streams.
Yeah, they don't have no. Yeah,
they ain't got no oil company where they can just dig into when their pockets get a little bit low. So they gotta
remember the daddy got the team. He bought the team on the line.
They got a lot of backloaded contracts that they gotta.
He didn't have the money.
That they still got a hedge.
Bought the team.
All right, so one more. How long you think JJ Redick gonna last in LA?
As many years that LeBron got left to play.
So are you saying 2? Maybe.
But I mean, it's real. It amazes me because like you fired Frank Vogel after you win the bubble ship. Mm-hmm. That's LeBron doing.
Mm-hmm. And LeBron has killed every coach that he's had except for one.
You get rid of.
I'll put it to you like this: when you look at a player and you talking about the GOAT, they always got a coach that's attached to him. Michael Jordan had Phil. Kobe had Phil. Shaq had Phil. I mean, you look at LeBron. Name one coach he didn't have attached to him.
No.
You got Dave Black fired. You got Paul Silas fired. You got Ty Lue fired. I mean,
Fire.
No, he ain't get Ty Lue fired.
yeah.
I thought Ty Lue quit. You have to
Nope.
LeBron left.
You got Mike Brown fired.
You had Darvin Ham fired.
And I don't understand that when you just a year removed from going to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, when he didn't call for that replay, and
Yeah,
Braun got to jump up and down, I know he was fired. Yeah, what he done?
yeah.
Yeah, that right there when you didn't bother to challenge
We ain't challenged that.
And,
We ain't
and
that
that
challenged.
was
out of
all
bounds call.
that was all because LeBron, you don't tell me what to do.
Yep.
But
So,
it was a disconnect for months.
but this my
Anytime
thing.
LeBron come in there and grab the clipboard out the hand in the middle of the huddle and draw up a play,
Uh huh.
yeah, you know it's something wrong. And
So
Jeannie Buss, for the life of me, she making all these wrong decisions, but she making all the wrong decisions to let one of and it's gonna end up in one of the brothers' hands.
Well,
Because
see,
what?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Up for the longest, I was pissed off with Jim Bus. Hell, it ain't too much difference with Jenny running.
Yeah,
so if they can't make championships, they can make headlines. They can make history. So of everything that you guys said, I'm gonna agree with and sum it all up into this. This is how LeBron will transcend was sent from a player to a player coach with JJ Redick at the helm. We already know, it is. I mean, it is what it is with him. For everything you guys just said, he's uncoachable. So
Yeah,
when
I
you
mean
uncoach,
he's never even coached high
when
school.
so what's left on his resume for him to get his Bill Russell on,
hmm.
or at least try, because you ain't gonna find it. What other coach out there is going to fit for him?
Oh my God, I just realized something.
What other coach is going to fit for him?
Anthony Davis might be LeBron's longest running teammate in his career.
Really?
No,
No.
What James Jones, the one that
I'm
had
talking
it.
about five superstar.
Okay, yeah. You got to hit that one because I'm gonna say James Jones got just as many finals appearances as LeBron does.
Yeah, he don't win everywhere with LeBron.
So I guess we have to Google that one too.
But think about it. He was only with Bosh and Wade for what, 3 years?
It was 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Him and AD got like 5. He won't let
Yeah.
he won't he was with where he was with Kyrie for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. AD is
Yeah.
longest superstar teammate.
Yeah. So I gotta have. I'm gonna have of belief that this could work, and also since you brought up Kyrie, another reason why I think this could work because the anything's possible theory. We wrote Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks off this time last year. When they traded Kyrie or Kyrie went to the Dallas Mavericks, we said, "Nah, this ain't gonna work."
Yeah,
And
and
they
I was
went to
one
the
of the
finals.
skeptics that said it wasn't going to work.
Well, you know what? I think Kyrie came to life and realized, you know what? If I'm not careful, I could actually play myself out of this league because ain't no one going to want to deal with me.
Right, and
You
you
know,
see how he was in defeat in that game 4. He went over there. He went over there to the Boston Celtics bitch, shook everybody's hand. He shook everybody's hand, went over there, sat down, and let them celebrate. Waiting for all of his teammates to come off the court. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that a few seasons ago.
well, what he needs to do this summer, seriously, somebody need to do this summer. They need to sit Luka Doncic down and basically let him know, you know what? Ain't nobody coming here to play with you because all that screaming and hollering you're doing.
Right.
Something got to stop. I mean, y'all wanting to be the next Dirk. Dirk never did nothing like that.
Nope.
No,
You know, never
Dirk,
did anything like that.
Dirk just ball.
And so this cat complains about everything.
He was solid.
I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I thought Rasheed Wallace was bad. Hell, Rasheed Wallace looked like a choir boy compared to how this dude be home.
Now, I mean,
That's
but
wild, boy.
imagine the
Oh,
criticism
happy
from
day.
the criticism from ESPN's was it Brian Windhorst? Oh, he was all over
Oh my
Luca.
God.
He was all over Luca, and then on top of that, I don't know. Oh, your boy Mill, Shady, Shady McCoy had a hot take on Luca. He's the worst All Star ever seen. I will not have my say.
Ooh.
Yeah, your boy Shady was all, and he's like
Oh,
a
it's the audacity.
wannabe. Shady should stick to football. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
the audacity. Come on, Shay. You can't take them kind of L's, man. I
Shady,
didn't see
Shady
that
need to
interview. I
stick with
got I
football.
gotta check that. I gotta check that
You
out.
got oh man,
I can't judge on that one.
I need to send it to you.
Yeah, send
But
it to me. I gotta look at
when I
that one
find
before
it
I say
again, I
anything.
will
I'm not.
send it.
I know Shady does get out of pocket sometimes, but
But I
I don't
mean,
know. I haven't seen it, so I ain't gonna say nothing
now
about it.
back to Brian Windhorst, right? So he was all over Luca, criticizing his game basically. So b- sometimes Luca apparently heard the noise. He had probably the best game of his career on Game 4 and whatnot. So of course. And then of course Tim Hardaway, he finally shows up for that one game, drops 15 points, 5 threes in garbage time. But either way, so of course they asked Brian Windhorst again. So he tried to make him basically eat his words. So he basically was saying, okay, this is not something new. But my thing is, again, this alluded to Mark's point that, yeah, he's a great player, but he's got to change a lot mentally. The attitude is the first thing that's got to change. You stop crying and complaining about these calls it's to the referees, then it's not, most of it's not going to go your way anyway. That was like his biggest downfall was that. And then, and get some more conditioning. Work on your defense because I've never seen that many blow-bys in one game. It was horrible, and I know y'all seen it as the game was going on. I'm thinking Boston just blew past them with
I
ease.
mean,
But now I will give him the benefit of this.
they
What's that?
were tied.
Hey man, they said he was playing. Well, I know his ankle was messed up. Number one,
Right?
he was taking an injection in his chest for his shoulder before the game. This dude was banged up. I mean, he was banged up, and you know what? Give him the credit because if that had been Anthony Davis or Zion or whoever, they wouldn't have played. So for the dude, his toughness, I'm not going to ever question. What I'm going to question is his maturity.
Yeah,
Yes.
Uh,
he still act young.
and something's got to change. Because you're that great of a player, but yet everything. I mean, you complain about everything. Every
Yeah.
time this dude, I mean, I've never seen. I'm like, man, this dude lines on every call, and it's like, at what point do you stop this? Or do somebody, maybe Dirk, somebody got to sit down when he's saying, man, we got to talk. Because all this complaining, all this whining, you get your reputation around the league is basically, they should just call you Sean. Because all you do is cry. And and referees already be standing with a whistle when he come up to them. They basically, oh, well, we're going to get him with a tech here in a few seconds. Just let him keep crying. I mean, he's got to stop that, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
because the last time I think it was the last season he led the league in technical fouls.
hell, he always does.
Right.
Nobody's gonna put up with that, man. He's got to cut it out because he's not helping his team. He's hurting them. And I'm surprised that Kyrie, at some point, didn't say, "Hey, man, if this cat's gonna be doing like this, Kyrie just can't. He's got to be a choir boy, so he can't come." I mean, at this point, I know inside he's probably like, "Man, damn, maybe being in Boston wouldn't have been so bad, or maybe being in Brooklyn." If KD and them would have hung, it ain't looking too bad. Cleveland. Maybe I should have went to LA with LeBron. And you know what's crazy? I still think this. If he'd went to LA like they thought he was going to go last year with LeBron, LA would have been they'd have been in the finals. especially if he played the way he played this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you got a player that's like that, and you got a great player like Luka, and they got to get some discipline somewhere. They got some young players, Lively, the other brother, Jasper. Uh, I think they need a point guard. Well, not a point guard, but a shooting guard,
Mm-hmm.
uh, or a decent type of small forward or something. They got the pieces in place. The problem is the West is so stacked that you get to the finals this year, you may not see it again. No time soon. That's the problem. You got Denver, you got LA, you got both LA squads, you got Minnesota, you got New Orleans.
I mean, well, you still got like Denver's still a major problem to deal with Joker. You
Well, I
also
put it to you like this: if Denver would have made it to the finals, I believe they would have beat Boston.
I do
Uh,
too.
I honestly think they would have beat Boston.
I could,
I mean,
I can
because
see
because
that.
that was the original setup anyway. Was
I
between the
think they would have won. I think they would have beat Boston. Uh, Matchups make problems, and they just ran into a matchup problem.
right.
Uh, but I think I'll be honest, I still think they're the best team in the league. It's just, hey, nobody thought Dallas was going to the finals. At least I didn't think they was.
What nobody called it. And again, remember, Dallas was the fifth seed. So every series they had to start on the road. Every one of them. They had to start with the Clippers on the road. They had to start with OKC on the road. They had to start with Minnesota on the road.
They just caught teams at the right time, is what it was. I mean, they caught Minnesota. They had just came out of that series with Denver.
That
Uh,
is true.
Yeah, soon as Ant Man said he got Kyrie, I was
well, I
like,
knew he was in trouble. I knew he was in trouble the minute he said that.
The minute, I would say the
the
minute.
moment he said that, I was like, oh no, they taking this L.
I mean, but then you also got to real. Not only that, you also got to think about the fact that you just went through a 7 game stretch with the then defending champions. You're going to get tired, because all the energy is gone. You know, when you start a brand new series after you just went through a 7 game stretch. I mean, and you all went toe to toe with the defending champions, and you come out beating them. Your energy level is not going to be the same when you start a brand new series. I mean, you got to get your figure out how to get your groove. But yeah, you're going to take an L at least one of them. You know, but like I said, I mean, it took a Herculean effort. Even to make it a game. I like the first game that was actually stolen. Because of the game winning Lucas shot. You know what I'm saying? It was like unbelievable. But it was like defensive lapses. Late game decisions in the fourth quarter is what cost Minnesota, and the fouls. Cat, I'm sorry. I mean that and Gobert, they both got exposed. They really did.
Yeah, their footwork is trash.
It's been terrible.
Their footwork is trash. But
I'm the best shooting big man.
I got a question for you guys since we talking about in the NBA. What do you think about this?
Diddy and Alex Caruso.
Yeah, this trade.
Oh man. I know the Bulls are saying
They say
can we take that one back?
no, because they say Pressy been been trying to get Caruso for the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, he went to OKC.
Yeah, they say he feel like he the piece that they need.
Well, you want to know something? Let me know they gave up on Josh Giddey too,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they stopped even playing that cat in some of the games.
yeah.
yeah.
But
They
yeah.
were like him and SGA ain't gonna
Yeah,
mesh
they-
well.
I mean, ever since the allegations came out was when everything changed.
Yeah, that's true too.
Think about that, and that's the part people forgot because it's like because every time when his name comes up, the first thing that crossed my mind was like, okay, I wonder if the allegations, even though they were found him not guilty, but just the fact that they had to carry it for several months.
I mean, you 21 years old. That probably drained the hell out of that young man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's human. You can't walk around waking up every morning wondering, am I going to get hit with this or what? Number one. Number two, every arena you go into on the road,
Yeah, you
I'm
getting
pretty sure you got hecklers that was saying stuff.
Yeah, you gonna get booed big time.
Hmm.
And then now some of the clips that I actually ran across yesterday, when OKC clearly won the trade, clearly won it, I think, because some of the clips like Giddy was a turnover machine, which I didn't notice a lot because there was a few games that Giddy was in, he turned the ball over or some sort of way, and like they were just posting, I guess, bad plays from him, you know. But yeah, Chicago's like, can we get that one back?
But you know what? I think they said that during the season, I think they said he had like 16 triple doubles or something like that.
yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Mm.
he has his nights, but I think he does it in streaks. It's not really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
See, Chicago gonna showcase him.
Yeah.
They ain't have no choice. They don't
So
really
They,
have
they
no
ain't got
they
nobody outside of
they,
DeMar Rowe.
they gotta do something with Lonzo
what?
Ball's contract.
Oh, well,
Outside of DeMar and
they
Zach
say
LaVine, who you got?
from
Well,
the
Or
training,
Sounds like Demar's on his way out also.
from the training and what I done seen,
can you can you blame him?
Lonzo might be ready for this season for at least a game or two.
Keyword: a game or two.
I mean,
He can't stay healthy either.
well, he done had the operation on the same knee 3 times. He done had to go back and forth about this
He
knee.
he, oh, he,
The
he, he had the
operation on.
Grant Hill treatment.
Yeah. And so I think at this point it's time to I think they
Hang it
might be
up.
moving
I'm
on
sorry.
from him.
And it's some like that one is not meant for you.
Nah.
I mean, he's been an average player at best. He was never really a breakout to me, like a breakout. I mean, yeah, I think they overhyped him. To be honest with you,
Now me personally, I feel like they should trade Lonzo Ball to Milwaukee for Chris Middleton.
Mm.
I don't know.
If Lonzo is truly healthy, this will be great for him because you can put him in the backcourt with Dame. He's not gonna command the ball like Chris Middleton was complaining about, and he can facilitate, which they need. Now he's not gonna be banging down bottom. He's gonna be guarding point guards at the three at the most. So he is a pretty good defensive player when healthy. I mean, everything is related around Lonzo Ball is when healthy. Let's put that out there. When healthy, this could be what Milwaukee needs. Could be. It's worth exploring since Chris Middleton already wants out. So he wants to be out of Milwaukee. Lonzo Ball needs a change of scenery.
Oh, but they can't get rid of him.
His skill set is
They
matched
can't.
with what Milwaukee
His
needs.
contract,
He got no trade clause in it.
yeah, his contract, yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
For who? Lonzo?
Yeah, they can't even put him on the chopping block. They can't even put him out there unless he requests.
Oh, there's ways of making that happen.
Well, shoot. I mean, nowadays they don't scare nobody no more. Those no trade clauses don't mean anything.
It's a little bit more to it than just that. Yeah.
I can see if so, we can. I can
But
see that.
see, I think the more thing is, Mel, is the fact that you got to watch for the coaching aspect. Now, Darvin Ham is back as an assistant.
In Milwaukee.
Now watch what I tell you. What's going to happen is this: Darvin Ham's going to get his spot back because we all know how Doc Rivers is going to play out. So if he starts out slow out the gate, or if he has another bad finish to the postseason, should they get there, Doc Rivers is gone. That when Ham got the assistant job, that told me right there, Doc Rivers on a real short leash. So watch what I tell you. I give it one extra season left to see what he's going to do. Yeah, it was a little bit hard to say, hey, Doc's got to go. I know I've been a little bit hard on that. Okay, cool. Now that Darvin Ham has stepped in, and Darvin Ham has some head experience, before. This is like the pressure is on Doc to
By the time Darvin Ham becomes the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis and Damian Lillard are not going to be there.
So you think both of them gonna be gone?
Yeah.
Or at least one of them?
Giannis hasn't kept it a secret. Giannis has let it be known that he don't plan on being a Milwaukee Buck lifer.
Well, like I said, if that happens, they're not gonna be relevant anymore.
And for them to be relevant again, they already know that Dame is the biggest trading piece that you
I
got.
mean, Giannis is one of those. I still say the generational talent. You cannot let that part go that
But
easily.
see, Giannis done done what he had to do. He didn't done there. He didn't got them a ring, got them a banner. Giannis got to go somewhere now where he want the bag and a chance to win it
Now,
again.
now, now, didn't he get a bag not too long? I think it was at 226. I think it was what he had
Yeah,
a
but
while
he
back.
ready for another bag.
Now, how many years ago was that, Romar? Do you remember? Was it 2 years ago, maybe 3 at the most? And then that's when and he's one of the few that you got a bag and a championship ring in the same season. You
No,
don't
who
see
is that?
Giannis.
Giannis. We talking about Giannis.
Well, I put it to you like this.
Mm-hmm.
This might be Doc's last stance because,
Yep.
first of all, I think it was a horrible hire. I think the combination of him and Dame it's not going to work.
No,
No.
definitely.
Dame, he may have wanted out of Portland because he was pissed off they got Scoot Henderson and all that, but that was not the place to go. He'd been better off. They should have. I put it to you like this: everybody got screwed in that situation because Milwaukee screwed themselves getting rid of Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst mistake ever.
And they really should have. They should have took the deal with Miami. Got Duncan Robinson and whatever else. And I think Dame would have played better in Miami. I just think he's a better fit there.
Well, you know that the only reason that they ain't sent him to Miami because Dame said that's where he wanted to go anyway.
Well, they were sticking it to him on his way out.
Yeah.
I mean, because they could have got. Hey, if I'm Miami, I'd have traded Tyler Hero to get Dame.
Well,
Uh,
I know that. I think they let Dame know that he wasn't welcome there no more when they had Chauncey Billups.
well, they started messing that franchise up a few years back. They got rid of C.J. McCollum. I'm still trying to figure out, and they got Josh Hart for him or something like that. I mean, whoever the GM there has been horrible in Portland. I mean, horrible.
And
But for Dame,
they haven't been relevant since.
no, but for Dame to go to Milwaukee, I knew the minute they said that trade, I said that's going to suck because he has to have the ball in his hand. Giannis has to have the ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Dame gets to a certain point where he starts firing. Giannis ain't seeing the ball. You got a coach that you got rid of to bring in a dude to me that's done worse. And in all actuality, I knew Adrian Griffin was done before the season even started when the assistant coach Terry Stotts said resign. His assistant head coach resigned before the season even starts.
Wow.
So that lets you know you already got a problem. And he was on a short leash ever since. So my man Adrian Griffin, he was on a short leash. It wasn't going to last long for him. Your associate head coach you just hired, quits in 2 weeks. I mean, so what was your chances of making it out of there anyway? You know what I'm saying? Safely. So Milwaukee needs to shake that whole thing up. If they need to look at exploring the trade Dame. I mean, they need to make a move. They need to open up a roster spot and get rid of Giannis's brother. But that ain't going to happen because they're afraid Giannis would somehow want to leave.
Oh man.
They got a whole lot of stuff they need. They got the pieces in place. But the most important thing they did wrong, they got rid of Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And he just signed out $100 and something million extension with Boston. He ain't going nowhere.
That's why I say Lonzo Ball makes sense there because when healthy, he can be that replacement defensively.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You're 100% right. The problem is, I don't know if this dude's ever going to play again.
That's true, which makes him an expiring contract.
Yeah, because he he did that player's option for how much is it? 28 million or something like that.
Yeah, so
Uh,
expiring contracts are always attractive.
yeah, because they're coming off the books, so you in a good spot. I don't. You know, there's so many different scenarios that's coming up. Like this draft is coming up in the next week. I still don't know who the first dude is. I don't. I'm being honest. Outside of the center for coming out of Connecticut, I don't know. I don't know nobody in this draft. That's how weak this draft is.
Wow.
This is one of these drafts where you might be better off trading the number one pick because I don't think any of them are going to really amount to being franchise player.
Yo, no
Uh,
household names at all. None.
No, I don't know it, dude. I'm gonna watch it because I always do. But I mean, hell, whoever they call first, it won't be a shock to me because I don't know who they are anyway.
I'm gonna love it.
Wow. I mean, you had more attention from the WNBA versus what we got coming up here. Now, see,
Right.
Hey,
you know what's
yeah.
that's wild, isn't it? Now that you think, now I'm sitting there thinking about this.
And I told you I
Well,
was
hey,
it
well,
was
last night, Indiana played the Atlanta Dream down in Atlanta, and they actually had to play at I used to call it Phillips Arena. They call it something a State Farm Arena, whatever they call it now,
Yep, State
because
Farm.
they sold out 16,000. Uh, I'm starting to I'm starting to watch the WNBA more than what I was watching the NBA, which is kind of crazy. But
live. It's live. It's a much better product now.
I mean, for
yeah,
right now, I mean, and look, it's almost like almost every game that you see on TV, especially when Caitlin Clark's involved, it's a sellout.
well, they
And
play Chicago tomorrow, so it's gonna be it'll be a sellout again tomorrow.
it's a sellout everywhere. I mean, like
I
basically,
mean, yeah, because you got to think about it. It's not just Caitlin Clark. I mean, ain't the Chicago
Angel,
Sky's selling out their arenas too.
but wait a minute. But we also got to talk about now. Hold on, there's something else. Roma, I'm surprised you didn't point this up.
what Angel Reese and all the leading the league in
Well,
double doubles.
that part too, but that wasn't where I was going to go. The Las Vegas Aces were the first team to sell out every regular season home game this year.
Yeah, but you got to remember they don't play at T-Mobile Arena. I don't think they play at T-Mobile Arena. I think they play at the Cox Arena. I don't think they play at the T-Mobile. The only time they play at the T-Mobile Arena is usually playoffs or if they're in a championship run, they'll play their games there. But they have been on a losing streak here for the past couple of weeks.
Mm.
But but
Yeah.
but again, it don't matter who if they're on. I'm at a point now where I watch. And like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't doing this before, but they got a good product out there, and it's weird because the girl for the Sparks, she just got hurt.
Oh,
Cameron Brink tore her ACL.
that
Oh,
that was a heartbreak. That was too painful to even watch. I mean, I didn't see the game as it happened, but I saw the clip after the fact. That was too painful to even see.
Yeah,
Getting carried off the court, and
yeah,
she was the glue to that
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah. She was done. I mean, when I saw that, I said, "Well, ain't no way she coming back." And then they said she tore ACL. The Seattle team is good, so they got a serious. I'll tell you the biggest challenge they're gonna have now. It's probably coming up next year. They're gonna have to seriously play. They're gonna have to pay these girls now because they selling out these arenas. And you can't be giving somebody what's the max they make $100,000 a year? That's crazy.
yeah,
I mean, I hate to say this, it's almost like it's like a modern day pimping type thing to me. I mean, you selling all these arenas and top player salaries $100,000, and they showed last night the average price for the ticket at that game in Atlanta was $350, but you can only pay them $100,000.
Something ain't right. What does it say, Mel? The math ain't mathing.
math ain't math.
The math ain't mathing.
No. So they got to make some serious. I just want to see these changes that they're going to make. Something's got to happen because whoever the union rep is, if they don't get no more money, I get rid of their ass like now. Get them out. I mean, they'd be gone. So they got to start paying these women. They got to. I'm being honest. I like their product. It's getting to a point where I'm liking it more than the men, and I never thought I would.
Yeah, I mean it's more it's more entertaining to watch, and then of course you got not again, Mill, not just Caitlyn,
The
but y'all
talent, man.
the talent all around between okay Angel, we got Asia, we got like other people involved,
Like
Cardoso.
Sabrina Ilgauskas, like
Or I put it to you like this: usually after the NBA Finals, it's like a sports hell for me because I'm trying to figure out what to do until September. God, is there a fight?
You know what? And see, well,
It's
see,
a fight night tonight, but it's an
Hmm.
all male card full of nobodies.
but see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I thought the same way, Mark, with you. I say after the finals, say great. So we ain't got nothing to watch till September. Now, but of course, for us, of course, we got more we can flip the channels on. But the vibe is not the same. You know what I'm saying?
well, you know what? The women, the WNBA is kind of taking up that space a little bit for me because I'm like, well,
Yeah,
at least
that's
get
true.
that for about another month. If we, get them into deep July and training camp opens, and
This, this is my
August is go through hell for August, and then we good.
it's still a fad to me until I see the jersey sales pick up in places like Richmond, Virginia. I have yet to see a Caitlin Clark jersey or Angel. Nobody wearing an Angel Reese jersey out here.
I'll go
Our
for
Las Vegas
any.
Aces out here. I mean, I saw one guy, but I was on one of Rodney Jones' podcasts when he did that. It was, shout out to CJ Risson and Rodney Jones. That was my guys. We kind of miss them over here, but that was the only time I ever saw anybody wear their jerseys. Still haven't seen it. It has not come to fruition
Here.
until I see the support here.
And you know what though, Mill? What was it? It's up to us to break that streak.
Yeah,
So if you want to do something with that, you let it take. We have to change the narrative. All of us have to change that. So if we're gonna do, I say, okay, let's all go out there
I'm going to
and
get me a Juju USC.
get somebody that
Yeah.
you support.
My question is: are we gonna get women to wear WNBA jerseys? We need the women to wear these jerseys.
Well,
That's
it's everybody, everybody. If you, I mean, for like I said, I've seen people talk about it a lot more than usual. And Mel, you know who I'm going, and you know
yeah,
exactly one that I'm talking about.
yeah.
Your
It's buzzing.
girl be on it
It's
every
buzzing.
other
It's
day.
picking up. But we're gonna rock the ghetto.
You know what
We're gonna
though?
rock the ghetto.
Hey, look, it's up.
I won't
You
be
know what?
a-
It's up to us
I
to.
won't be a Cynthia Cooper.
You know what? Fine. Look,
Yeah.
and look, Romar, you the best in this one category. Research, Google, find somebody you
It ain't
support.
no research. This is stuff that I know home to no research.
But no, but what I'm saying, whichever one you support, you rock with.
I got-
or Cheryl Swoops or
I got plenty of
Thompson from the Houston Comets.
And give me a Don Staley throwback. I mean, what you talking about,
Oh
man?
man, you know what?
You know-
She played for the Houston Comets?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, yes, I did, sir.
So yeah, so if you want to change the narrative, guess what? We got to get out.
Yeah. Yes,
So that means we got to get out there and order a WNBA jersey.
yeah.
The only problem I got with the WNBA jerseys is you got every sponsor in the world on there. Home Depot, Jimmy's Car Wash, all that. I mean, that's the only thing I don't like is all them patches all over it. But you know what? The more I think about it, I am going to get me a couple of their jerseys.
Yeah.
If,
So
yeah, I got to get a couple of them.
yeah. It's about that time. So you know what? So what? See, that's the thing. We're seeing the root of the problem already in our faces.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't see the support. Now, guess what? The one thing I remember Rev has always taught us was just saying, be the change that you want to see. I'll never forget that. So again, like you said, we don't see enough support, not just here in Richmond, Virginia, but in other places
Right.
that in other places like Mark, where you at, you know, because you're in a different city all the time, and you probably seeing the same thing we're seeing, not enough support for WNBA.
Well, the problem is in Houston, they at one time they had the best franchise in the league, and they got rid of it. I mean, they had the Houston Comets when they had Tina Thompson and Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops, and
Right.
I mean they had it going. And I don't know what happened. why the franchise left because I wasn't here at the time. I know they got a franchise in Dallas.
Yeah.
The Dallas Wings.
Yeah, but I mean, it's weird because if you're here in Houston, unless you support Dallas, what's the next closest city? Let me think. Phoenix? You
Oh yeah,
know,
Antonio, right? Oh, that's too.
no, they ain't got one in San Antonio. Do they?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, San Antonio's only like 2 hours. I wouldn't be. I mean, it ain't far. Dallas is only like a 3 hour drive, but I mean, four maybe. Um,
You know, I think Dallas is the only one in the Dallas Wings.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You get outside, outside of that, the closest city with an NBA, what they relocate too much because I remember they had a team in Tulsa at one time. They don't. Phoenix would probably be the closest city, and in the South, the only team I believe in the South is Atlanta.
Yep.
Now in LA, when I was, out in LA, yeah, they had the Sparks. Uh, I don't know. I mean, and then after LA, the next team you got on the West Coast is in Seattle.
Yeah, it's
It's too spread out to where you don't really get a fan base the way you would normally have one because it's just they market. To me, they did a horrible job of marketing marketing that brand.
let me take a look at the Western Conference right now. You got Minnesota, Seattle, Vegas, Phoenix, LA, and Dallas. Well, it's not a whole lot. It's a 12-team league. Connecticut, New York, Atlanta, Indiana, Chicago, and Washington. Washington just don't deserve to have nice things, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, you talking about the Mystics?
You didn't get Mystics.
Now, and I didn't know about this until when Aaron decided when he made a post about the Mystics record, which he didn't say exactly what they were. I did not know there was that trash. At the time, they were 0-11,
Yeah,
and that was when they played Indiana. And I actually watched that game. Well, and I was like, now they sold out. It was over 20,000 people filled the arena. And matter of fact, because they're gonna play that in Capital One Arena again at the last game of the season. So now, what makes it crazy is all the original home games have been switched to NBA stadiums.
Yeah, I mean, I want Washington to stay there because my niece is a VP, so I need her to stay there because they get rid of them. I don't know. It could be the Wizards. I mean, she's over the Wizards, the Mystics, the Capitals, and she's over that Capital One Arena, I believe. No, I need her to keep that gig. So keep the team there because when the Rockets play here, when they play the Rockets in Houston, well, a lot of their home games, I should say, she's able to get me tickets to a lot of the Rocket games. So yeah, I need her to keep that gig. Don't get rid of the Mystics yet. I know they suck, but try to keep them in. Yeah, try to keep them there.
I don't blame you. Yeah, but that's crazy that there's no more Houston Comets after what the the way they paved. And that is crazy to me. So guys, it's 11:06. It's time for us to get on out here. You got any parting words for the people?
It's another great week. Another great week. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the wrestling segment. I didn't have to say nothing for about 25 minutes. I said, man,
Yeah,
this is all right.
yeah. Huge shout out to my baby mama, Shauna Freeman. Man, that's my wrestling guru, and she's been dying to get on here and talk wrestling for a while. So I was finally able to get her on here at a time we could get together
I mean, hey, you know what, Mill? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know who it was. I said, dang, did she work for the WCW? I mean, she broke it down to where, uh, like I said, I just listened. I was like another person just listening to the station at that point. I mean, she named everything, everybody. I said,
Yeah.
man, this lady is breaking this down. I said, damn.
yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. And I'm sat there like, my jaw almost hit the floor, man. When she broke everything, like, she can relate to everything. I'm like,
Hey, Mill, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the first time I done heard Mill being quiet on wrestling. Because I said, man, I don't know who this lady is, but she knowing this.
Yo,
Oh yeah,
hold on. I was like, yo, we gotta have a talk off air on this one. Mel,
she's been down. She's been
Mel,
down to get
we're
here for a
waving
minute.
behind her, man. Come on, bro. We got to talk off
Hey,
the air on
I
this
swear to God, I thought at first, I said, maybe she worked with the WWE or something. I mean, she got to breaking it down. I didn't know who she was. I said, man, I was scared to say anything because I said, she might shoot me down. I ain't saying nothing. Mm-mm.
That is
Oh
hilarious,
yeah,
yo.
What I miss?
Nothing.
yeah, we about to
We about to bounce out of here,
segment.
man. But that was funny.
Give my baby mama her flowers. That was
Yeah, I might have to
great.
today.
She
Yeah,
was
I
great.
got to today.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
great.
we got to have to talk off the air, Mel.
But next week we'll be back here at 3:00 next week. Back here in the studio at 3:00 next week.
Hopefully, we'll post it and let y'all know.
Yeah.
Guys, I appreciate you, y'all.
We have a lot of absentees.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it is.
Show fellas.
Great show.